Hey, good buddies, what's up, and welcome into the Good Buddies Anime Review. I am your good buddy Roger,
and I am your good buddy Brandon,
and we are breaking down.
Oh yes,
the 2019 animes. We're talking about our favorite ones, the best.
Hello and welcome to the second annual Good Buddies Anime Awards. Well, the stars are out tonight, but they're not in the sky. They're all here.
Okay.
Roger looks so good. Oh my God.
Roger, who are you wearing?
I'm wearing my good buddy Brandon tonight.
What? Jesus. I thought you were going to say something about your cool ass Tommaso Ciampa shirt, but okay.
Yeah, it is a cool shirt.
It's pretty sweet. I'm in the work attire,
He's in the
so
tech
never
shirt.
mind. But yeah, we are going to talk about our top anime. So how exactly we both got a top 5 list.
Yes.
We're gonna go over those for sure. We got a few more that we can go over in the ramble, I think.
Correct.
So we're gonna go ahead and, why waste any more time? This is our best of the previous year. It is the 3rd of January as we record this. So let's go ahead and just drop them, big boy.
Before you say your first one, I do want to say that there are no second seasons on here.
Yes, we didn't do any second seasons, no sequels. I also
otherwise, obviously, Mob and MHA would be up
yes,
there.
of course. And I also went ahead and forego any let's say reboots. I went ahead and I did enjoy it, but I didn't put Fruits Basket on mine. So let's go ahead and get to it, starting with number 5. Number 5. Brandon's number 5. This little show I liked very much so this year. Some good music in it. Maybe not what you're thinking it's going to be. It's Given. Given is a show that you can find streaming on Crunchyroll still. Really fun show. Really cute show. And it is a pretty quintessential boys love thing. It's all about these 2 dudes in high school, and they're in a band with these 2 dudes in college, and there's a lot of... It starts out as a pretty stereotypical, like, oh, it's these guys, maybe something will happen, what's going on here? But it quickly turns into this really rad drama comedy. There's a lot of really good story development and character development, and by the end of it, like, the last few episodes have... one of the coolest live music scenes I remember seeing recently, and that, this is including Carol and Tuesday. It's a really great concert these dudes put on. It also has some of the funniest things I've ever seen. There's one episode in particular that begins with our dude, our main guy, kind of having an internal crisis where you see several different versions of himself in his head as he's trying to parse out what is happening, and they're all just arguing with each other, and then just goes into some really cute stuff. It's just a fun show. I don't want to give too many details. I just really want everyone to check it out. That is Given. It does have little brackets on the side, so you know it's cool. Given. But I liked it a lot. Cool show. Really cute. Really fun. And that's my number 5.
Number 5 for
what you got for your number 5, my good buddy Roger? Number 5.
My number 5. So I struggled with my number 4 and 5 and my 1 and 2, like which order I wanted them to go in. 3 I felt pretty confident about.
Okay.
But I ultimately settled with my number 5 as Demon Slayer.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so you know this list is about to be that hot fire.
Hot damn, it's gotta
be. Demon Slayer was such a cool anime, such a cool intro into what's probably going to be a long-running series.
Yeah, dude.
They didn't pull any punches. The animation is phenomenal. The soundtrack is phenomenal. The characters are great.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a whole lot of people, just stumbled into Demon Slayer. They didn't really know what we were going to get. And it ended up being such like a beautiful experience, like just to look at.
Yeah. And
the story ended up being really cool. The people at... Ufotable or UFO Table,
whatever it's called.
They freaking killed that animation, man. It's probably the most impressive animation I've seen all year.
It is what we in the industry call a big-titted hit.
Yeah, and it blew up way more than I thought it would. Like, I have people, I work retail, I work at a comic store. We do carry manga and figures and stuff like that.
Folks who aren't even into it, just checking it out, huh? Like into anime regularly.
Oh no,
I had a couple of those. I had friends who aren't even into anime talking to me about, have you heard of this Demon Slayer thing? It's like, yeah, dude. It's huge.
People, it's like the manga is constantly back ordered for us.
Hell
we
yeah.
cannot get the first few issues. I've been trying for like 2 months now because people freaking really stuck to this one. They really, really liked it. It had like an MHA effect almost. Like I think it's actually, I think Demon Slayer is the best-selling manga in America, which it actually beat out My Hero Academia.
Is that true? You got the research on that? Hot damn.
It was I read it in one of our previews whenever I was trying to. They were soliciting like the book 8 or 9 or whatever the newest book is.
They're like, check this shit out.
Yeah. So it's very cool. A lot of people like it. I understand why they like it. I loved it myself.
Got the movie on the way.
I can't wait for that movie.
Oof.
I can't wait to see what they have. But yeah, it's gonna be my entry level number 5 into the list.
All right. Let me tell you about my number 4. Number 4. It's also Demon Slayer. So there you go. I ranked mine a little bit higher than you. But yeah, I was really into the show. Absolutely glorious animation. I don't think we really need to belabor the point anymore. It's a good freaking show. And if you haven't already seen it, what rock have you been living under? Please check it out. It's really cool. A lot of fun. Again, great characters. I will say my only complaint is when we talked about it more in depth, is that I wish it did a little bit more with some of the female characters. But based on where the show left us off, it seems like we're gonna get a bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. It
so
does
I'm really
seem like
into
the
it.
groundwork is laid.
Absolutely. I really enjoyed that show too. It is my number 4. And what is your number 4? Tell me about it, Roger.
My number 4. So this is one I flip-flop with Demon Slayer. I ultimately fell on this one because I felt this anime is amazing. And this is going to be a 1-season deal where Demon Slayer is definitely going to get more. My number 4 is Dora.
Very great show.
Which, that's a remake. You didn't include any remakes, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I think Dora is far enough removed from its original, its source material that...
I would say so.
Yeah. It is absolutely one of the best samurai anime I've ever seen. It's flashy. It has really heartwarming moments. It's got really, sad moments in it. The drama of this show, of this guy that has literally no skin. He doesn't have a nose. He doesn't have limbs, really. He's just covered in prosthetics. Everything on him he was just a little bitty skull baby, and a guy picked him up because somehow he had the will to live and made prosthetics everywhere for him.
He's got nothing at all.
He's got nothing at all. But as he progresses through the story and he starts to learn and he travels alongside the titular Doro, he's fighting off demons, and each time he kills, one of these main demons that kind of took away from him via a deal that his father made, he gets one of his senses or his skin or something like that back. He grows something back. And it's a really interesting twist, and I know it's an old thing, but I wasn't familiar with it, so it was new to me, and the series absolutely blew my mind. I loved it. Also, the music in it is next level. Like, those openings and endings are freaking masterpieces, and the show itself is just a really tight package. It's a really bulging big package.
Jesus, dude. You just had to slip in at least one big joke. Okay.
He grew his back, by the way, and it really is. Jokes aside, the show is absolutely amazing. You should definitely check out Doro.
You are evil.
Am I?
No, you're fine.
Do you feel like people should check out Doro?
No, it's very good. I just don't know about you, the dick jokes, man. Come on.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
So that was your number 4. Let me tell you about my number 3. Let me tell you about number 3 for me. This is one that I was very high on, and I do enjoy it quite a bit. And it is called Oh Maiden Zin Your Savage Season. This is one I couldn't not include it. It is the story of a group of high school girls who are in their book club, and they are going through a time that they're hitting puberty, they're having their sexual awakenings and whatnot, and they don't understand what these feelings are or what this is, and they can't believe that everyone else is also struggling with the same stuff. And it is a show that, fair warning, you're gonna see some pretty wild stuff in. There's stuff where, like, one of them is trying to get with one of their teachers.
Yeah,
really not
some
cool.
very uncomfortable moments.
There's some very uncomfortable moments. It is ultimately a show about these girls making some pretty bad decisions. And you're going to see several of those. There's one character who was straight up groomed by a grown-ass dude. It is not... There's stuff that's not... just very uncomfortable, as you said. But ultimately, I think the whole thing comes together in one of the most unique and interesting and at times just really damn funny like coming of age stories that I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
And I
really
absolutely loved it. Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I think that one would have been higher on my list. I think I gave it like a 7.5 when we reviewed it, and I was kind of wavering on that. But I felt the animation really killed that one for me.
Yeah,
but,
it does have kind of a washed out look to it that I was okay with,
Yeah.
but that famously is something. Maybe you should try watching it again on this new Samsung. Just saying.
Yeah, maybe I really should, dude.
see how
But
it
I
is,
could
yeah.
definitely see how it would make your list because it is story-wise, the show is amazing.
Yeah,
the show altogether was very good.
Story-wise and character and development-wise, I think it is one of the top-notch for this past year. Again, that's Oh Maidens in your Savage season. That's one that you can watch on, I believe it's on High Dive or Verve.
High Dive and it's just High Dive. Yeah, and Verve.
So you can get it on Verve because High Dive's part of that. But yeah, man, great show. I really enjoyed it. It's a good time, if not a bit uncomfortable. Maybe you check out maybe you check out a review or two that's spoiler free so you can kind of get the details on.
Yeah,
Maybe you don't want to check this one out.
like
if
maybe
you're-
the Good Buddies review.
Yeah, maybe you're sensitive to a couple things and maybe you don't want to check it out. But if you can handle it, I think it's worth watching. It's a good time. I really enjoyed it. So that's my number 3. What do you got for me, big boy?
My number 3 is the one that I felt real confident about.
Numero 3.
Number 3 is The Promised Neverland.
It's a good show.
It is a really good show. So we start off the year really strong. That winter season was amazing, and this was one of the ones in it. You start off, you got a bunch of these cute, happy kids.
Oh boy.
They're living on. They're all orphans.
Oh golly.
They have a loving mother, and then one of them is getting adopted. Mm-hmm. And the one getting adopted leaves behind a doll. A couple of them go to return the doll, and then everything spirals out of control into an incredible, suspenseful,
Harrowing.
harrowing, great escape horror.
Boy, oh boy.
It is wild. I can't say much more than that.
Hide your kids.
Yeah. But you're gonna get a really great end sequence in that first episode. If that first episode doesn't have you hooked, I don't know what will.
We won't hit you with the spoilers here, but this is one that you kept telling me, you got to check this out.
Yeah.
You got to check this out.
It's very
I
good.
texted you as I was checking it out, and I believe my exact words were, Roger, this stuff is way too cute. What's going to happen to these kids? And you sent me back a picture of a picture of Steve Harvey going, and I was like, come on, man. And boy, oh boy. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
It's gonna hit you.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's a very
you
good
definitely
show.
check it. That's The Promised Neverland, and it is my number 3.
All right, so that's your number 3. Let me tell you about my number 2 here, big boy. My number 2 is one that, I'll be honest, I didn't think it was gonna be a big deal for me. Sorry, my number 2. I didn't think this was going to be a big deal for me. It was one that I wasn't exactly looking forward to. You had told me about it, and you said, hey, this looks like it's going to be great. I was like, whatever. Ended up very quickly becoming one of my very favorite things this year. Incredible program. It's called Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga.
I'm in it right now.
My God, you haven't finished it yet. You have not finished it. You are, like 6-7 episodes in, maybe?
Yeah.
Amazing program. It is simply and quickly, the first few episodes anyway, story of Thorfinn, who is the son of Thor's, who is a Viking man, and boy oh boy, Thor's whip us some ass.
Yeah.
What did they call him? The troll or something?
Yeah, the Troll of Jom.
The troll, yeah. Absolute badass, real killer motherfucker. Just basically think of like as cool as Steven Seagal is in all of his movies, but not in real life. Maybe a little bit in real life. That's this guy.
Man, that guy's a cop.
This Thor's is basically like Viking Steven Seagal. He's even got a ponytail. And my God, he's a real badass. And but the story really focuses on his son, Thorfinn and his struggle to, one, become a true warrior and try to figure out what his dad means when his dad tells him a true warrior doesn't need to carry a blade. You don't have to do that. And it goes from there. I will tell you, I can't tell you too much about it because you're only 6-7 episodes in, but I really enjoyed this one. I absolutely loved it. The opening endings are killer. The story's amazing. The setting's amazing. The character development is absolutely top notch. The art is super rad. Everything about it just hit every one of my buttons. And particularly, I think in the second half of it, which I won't go too deep in, it kind of shifts into being more a story about a couple other characters, and the development you get from them and the way it all comes together, it's just amazing. It is just amazing. It is my second favorite, and I'll be honest, I struggled with this one. I almost put it number 1. I almost called it number 1. But there is one more above that for me personally. But Roger, before we get there, why don't you tell me about your number tizzy 2?
You want my number 2?
I want your number 2.
I want everybody.
Shit.
I got 2 left.
I want you to drop me a big steaming 2.
And I just let the good buddies tell you. I'm pretty sure they know. Maybe they do. If they've been listening to the show, there are 2 things this could be.
Here we go.
I want you to decide right now what is number 2 and number 1.
Just think about it in your mind. Know it, think it, feel it, breathe it, be it.
Yeah, really put Roger there.
You've been listening to this show the past few months. Just think about what Roger's number 1 and 2 might be.
Okay. My number 2.
Okay.
Is Domestic Girlfriend.
You sack of shit.
Now this
is shocking.
I'm sure some good buddies are like, holy shit, that did not make his number 1.
You would not shut up about how much you love this smutty show.
I freaking love this show. I will carry it with me.
All right.
It was maybe I went with my number 1 over this one because I felt like I could recommend it to more people.
Okay, fair enough. And that is saying something because I know what your number 1 is.
Yeah. But Domestic Girlfriend, it like reigned supreme. Like it was like a defining anime for me this year. I freaking loved it. It is smutty, but man, that drama is freaking rich.
It does indeed have some really, really dramatic scenes in there and some really intense moments. I will admit that.
It's got those Home Alone face slapping moments. Like, I can't believe they just went there.
Yeah.
But they freaking did. And they up it. And then if you ever get a down episode, like an episode that all the episodes I think were really good. Some of them were a little slower. If you hit one of those slower episodes,
you best believe
sure that next episode is about to double time it.
They're about to drop the bomb on you.
Yeah.
Baby.
It is freaking nuts how ridiculous this show is.
You're not wrong.
And man, it is just so fun to watch. It was really fun. It was a very fun show. At the end of the day, there were characters, and it had you built up for the most part, for me at least, and I know some other people that watched it, like reading through what they thought. You were rooting for characters. And at the end of the day, a lot of people, including myself, wanted a good resolution for all these characters. Because somehow in this ridiculous mess, they managed to grind just a little bit of realism in there attaches you to them. It's really hard to describe why Domestic Girlfriend is as good as it is.
Sure.
Especially to me. But man, all I can recommend is if you ever just want to watch something that's real fucking saucy, it's got that fucking spice. It's a spicy meatball.
Oh no.
Go check out Domestic Girlfriend. I can't tell you very much about it, but boy, you're going to get some really hot and heavy scenes in there. And maybe, I don't know. Just go check it out. My number 2, you can find on Crunchyroll and High Dive. I should have said for Promised Neverland, you can find that practically everywhere.
Yes.
But Crunchyroll, High Dive, go check out Domestic Girlfriend. It is by far, I think it's the romance comedy of, I don't even know if you can call it a comedy, a romance dramedy of 2019, maybe of the decade. I don't know.
God.
You should go check it out.
God. I spent most of that just with my face in my hand. God bless you, Roger.
Brandon knows that it's so heavy.
Let's go ahead and say, because I didn't either. Vinland Saga, and I don't know if we mentioned Dora are both streaming on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon
Prime, Amazon Video. But yes. Oh, God, you really put it in there. All right. God bless you. God bless you. You loved it.
Just like Domestic Girlfriend, I really put it in
Well,
there.
that brings us to number one. And as I said, I struggle with this one with my Vinland Saga and with this number one. So let's hit it. Let's break it down. A 1, a 2.
Hey, hold
1,
on.
2, 3, go.
My number one
Uh-huh.
is Sarazanmai.
You son of a bitch. I was doing a drum roll. You just had to beat me to it, huh, jackass? Mine is also Sarazanmai.
It's
We
very
had the
good.
same number one. It was...
We never collaborate on our list or anything.
No,
Look,
we talked about them, but like we already had our list down, and then we talked about it before here, just
Yeah.
what they were.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk to each other like, hey, you gonna put this number one? Let's put it number one. No, we both came to this one of our own accord. Sarazanmai is your good buddies anime podcast, anime review, number one anime of 2019.
if there was one anime that I would want to broadcast to everybody and tell them to check out, it is this weird little crazy Kappa show,
Buttfest.
Sarazanmai.
It's so wild. It's so weird. It is, and yet it has such a beating heart and a message at the center of it.
It really does.
I adore this show. And it's only 11 episodes long. It also, let's just throw this out here. I went back and checked out a little bit more of it. It has one of the best dubs I've heard this year.
Oh yeah, it's
The
really
dub
good.
is amazing. And if it wasn't enough that you're getting a weird show about kids getting turned into kappas, if it wasn't enough that it's got so much drama and the kickinest outro of anything ever this year, for sure this year, maybe ever, if it wasn't enough that all that's happening and it's just so fun and so funny, the art's incredible, all the settings are like real places and you can look them up on Google Maps and be like, damn, they really got it legit. If all that wasn't enough, it's a fucking musical.
Yeah. and on top of that, you know, there's a whole lot going for this thing in like a positive, but boy does it know how to deliver a gut punch too.
Damn, it does. Every episode has these cliffhangers. If you ever watch this and skip the closing credits, first of all, shame on you, because Stand By Me by the Peggies is amazing. But second, there's a little bits at the end after the credits for pretty much every one of these
little stingers,
and man,
little Marvel stingers or whatever.
They nail you, and you hit you right in the gut, man. It's heavy.
Yeah, a whole lot of your biggest revelations in the show come immediately in that small 30-minute scene.
30-second to me, yeah.
Yeah, at the very end after the credits roll, you will get some sort of freaking bombshell drop.
It's a good show.
It is really good, and it saddens me that I feel like it was slept on too.
I feel like it was a little bit too. I feel like it's one that, I mean, I haven't seen very many like here's our top of the year whatever lists, but I looked at a couple just to kind of see where everything was going, and I saw it on one or two.
Okay.
But yeah, it's easily my
Was it
favorite.
number one on?
Well, a lot of them, they just kind of, a lot of the two I remember seeing it on were pretty non-committal. They weren't like, here's number 1, 2, 3, 4. It was just
these
like,
are the best of
here's
the
a
best.
list. These were our favorites in no particular order. At least one did go ahead and say that like it was a bunch of different people who were picking them, and at least a couple people on the staff did say that was their number one.
Okay.
And good on them. I agree with those folks.
I really would like what little pool we have. Like I would love to broadcast. Like if you have not checked out Sarazanmai, please do yourself a favor.
And don't get us wrong, it's weird as hell. We're telling you that now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of butt stuff. We're telling you that now. It's a great show.
Yep.
It's just a really good show, and we both loved it. I think I docked it a half point, only because I thought it might be a little too weird. I think you gave it a full 10.
I gave it a perfect 10. It was
Perfect 10.
one of the very few this year that we reviewed anime in this format this entire year.
Mm-hmm.
And almost every single week we've reviewed an anime. We've had a couple weeks off here and there,
Yeah.
but for the most part, every week we've done a review.
Damn near.
And that was one of the very few, if not I can't remember very many. I know that I've given a 10 to at least one other thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show. It's a good time. It is weird as hell. It takes every expectation you might have about it and tells you, hey, go fuck yourself. You didn't even think this was going to happen, did you? Boom, baby! And it just does whatever it wants. And it all comes together so spectacularly. That's our number one. Sarah Zanmai. You can find the sub on, I believe, Crunchyroll. So you can watch it on Verve, Crunchyroll. And the dub is on Funimation. It's spectacular. It's the one. It's the one for me. It's the one for Roger. It's the one for the good buddies this year. Hell of a show.
Please go check it out. Please.
And I think that about does it for this one. We're going to go ahead and roll into the ramble, and we'll have a few extras there, a few extra categories and whatnot, a few extra honorable mentions that we want to talk about. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and bust on out of here. So, everybody, first of all, let's tell them what we're watching next week.
Yeah, next week. It wasn't on my list, but it was on yours.
It was on my list.
We're talking about Vinland Saga.
Oh, boy. I can't wait. I legitimately cannot wait to talk about this show. And we're going to try to keep it we're going to keep it spoiler free on the review, obviously. The ramble, I'm going to have a bit to say on there. But yeah, that Vinland Saga is an amazing show. It was, as I said, Sarah Zanmai was my number one. It was a struggle for me because Vinland Saga is that damn good. It's a great show. So I can't wait to talk about that one next week. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and bust on out of here and hit the ramble. So for everybody checking us out on YouTube, please check out the links in our description. Give us a like and a comment. If you have any opinions, want to tell us your top 5 of the year for 2019, we'd love to hear about it. As well as if you have any questions for us. We love getting questions and answering your questions on the show. By all means, please give us a like and subscription. Ring that bell so we can ding your dong. And check out the links in the description. We'll have the pull plugs at the end of the ramble as always. And of course, shout out to our good buddy Haas for the use of our closing theme on the YouTube review portion, which is this. That is The Buddy's Good. Thomas Tastes Better on Instagram for the song The Buddy's Good. One more time, Thomas Tastes Better, all one word, on Instagram. Shout out to Haas. Thank you so much. And I think that about does it.
I think so, man.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and hit the ramble. And you know what, everybody listening? Love you. And we hope you have a beautiful and wonderful new year and life in general.
Happy 2020.
Happy 2020. We got that 2020 vision.
Yeah.
I've gotten so many damn work emails that are talking about we need to have 2020 vision for this. It's like, come on. But God bless. And if you if you ain't into that, hey, just have a good one.
Love you, good buddies.
I love you more, good buddies.